I studied meme coin millionaires so that you don't have to. What's up guys, Ethan here, back to another video, and in this video we're going to learn how to day trade meme coins and use the #1 strategy so that you can make profits like these. Before we start, make sure to follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, join my Discord Soul Mafia before it's private. It's currently 100% free and you'll derive a lot of value because you'll have one-on-one access to talk to me or watch me trade. Also, use the link in the description below or watch my previous video to download and set up BullX Neo, which is the software that we'll be using to trade meme coins in the rest of the video. Without further ado, let's get started. So, what we'll be doing when we're day trading is we're scanning these new creations all day. We're looking for something promising. And first, before we get into how we do that, let me explain why we're looking at small cap coins around 5 to 10,000 market cap as opposed to these already established coins that are around 100 to 300 to 500,000 market cap. So let's say that you bought in at around the 8,000 mark. This is considered a pretty good early entry, and you'll see our entry right here is at 9K. Now imagine if the coin from 9K dipped all the way down to where it started, which was at 5 to 6K. So let's calculate how much money you would have lost, which is what happens very often. You would have lost around 37%, which is quite a big number. But now let's look at what the coin actually did. Well, it went very, very high, but let's say it didn't go high. It dropped from 28K. I'm gonna draw again, and this is our drop hypothetical. And then let's see, we bought in here. Let's say we sold right before it dropped. You would have made 160%, which is more than double your investment. And you're risking losing out on 37% of your investment, which is a lot, but it's not more than double of your investment. So you're risking a lower amount of losses to have a much higher amount of gains. And that's kind of the whole point of getting in early. Now, let's say that you bought in around 32K, and we'll use a different color for this one. You bought in right here, and this is blue. You bought in 37K, sorry. And then the coin dips immediately. You bought in here and then you're gone. Well, how much money would you lose? You would have lost everything. You would have lost 86%, a huge amount. And let's say it continued and it went up to where it did. So it went all the way up around here. Well, how much would you have gained in both scenarios? I'm going to show you right now. In the first scenario, you would have gained 2,000%, which is a large amount. In the second scenario, you would have gained, 420%-ish. I'm going very rough, but just to illustrate the point. So in the second scenario, not only are you risking a lot of your money if it goes down, but you're not gaining nearly as much as in the first scenario when you entered really, really early. And so hopefully that explains why we're looking at super low coins. And that's mainly just because the risk of it going down is a lot higher, but the amount of money that you're going to lose is a lot lower compared to the amount of money that you're going to gain. And if you can identify what coins are going to go up, even if it's by 100%, you're doing really well, because once you've reached that 100%, you take out your initial investment and now you're just letting the rest ride. So you would have been at plus 100% and then taken around 400 to 800% risk-free because you've already withdrawn your initial investment. So now that we know that we're investing in low cap coins, let's try and find out how we pick what type of coin to invest in. And the first way we do that is through narratives and metas. So let's start with metas. So every single coin in this space follows a meta. And there are two types of metas that I like to think about. You have long-term metas, and then you have short-term metas. Let's start with short-term metas. So for the short-term meta, think of something like a big event that happened. For example, Luigi Mangione killing the CEO of United Healthcare. From that event, the coin Luigi was spawned. And that was huge news throughout the day. It was super popular, and you knew that Luigi was going to go up and go as high as it did because of a couple reasons relating to the meta. First, you have to think about the narrative-based reasons on why it blew up, and that was just solely because of how popular the name of the killer was, right? The whole event was super popular. They were searching for the killer. Everyone was waiting for the name to come out. It lasted an entire weekend of like anticipation and hype, so it was already a really viral event. Now, you also knew that this would spawn a meta because it was something that people can make knockoff coins of. So from Luigi, during the day, you saw a coin called 286, which was like the number of tweets that he made. You saw Luigi's mom, you saw Luigi's gun, you saw Luigi's cat, Luigi's sister, Luigi's whatever. You saw a bunch of different coins be made from Luigi. And so that's kind of how you can identify that a coin is going to start off a meta, because all of these coins also were going up. Maybe not as high as Luigi, but they were created from Luigi, and people kept on creating coins based on Luigi. So when you know that the main coin is starting to go up, and then a bunch of different coins are being created relating to the coin, you know that the main coin has a potential to start the meta. Now, you're probably wondering, all right, this was such a big event. Didn't people make other Luigi coins? And they did, right? So when Luigi came out, there was also $ Mangione, so the ticker, like, I don't know, of his last name. You saw $ CEO Killer. I think that was actually the first one, if I remember correctly. And you had like other actually tickers that had the same name, Luigi, right? If I go on BullX right now and I look up Luigi, I'm going to find many of them. See, Luigi, Luigi 2, Luigi 2.0, Muigi, LC, it's Luigi 2.0, time Luigi. You get the point. So why did this one go up? Well, there are statistical reasons that I'll talk about in like the next part of this video. And then there are also just narrative-based reasons, right? So you can see that the ticker Luigi is already a lot easier to talk about. So it's going to be easier than CEO Killer or Mangione. It's going to be something that people are going to have a lot easier time posting on Twitter. It's just his first name. Everyone's talking about his name. Like, it's just Luigi. So that already is a big sign that that ticker is going to blow up. The other sign that maybe that ticker specifically over like another Luigi that was created might blow up was maybe this Luigi was created before the other Luigi. So usually the first tickers have a higher chance of blowing up. Or it was artificially pumped up with a lot of volume, so people saw it more often. And because it's such a big amount of news, people are just going to buy it and not check the statistics that we'll talk about next, just because of how big the coin is and how strong the narrative behind the short-term meta is. But you have to keep in mind that this is a short-term meta, right? It's going to go up really, really high as people are talking about it. And then a few weeks in, it's going to slow down because not many people care about Luigi anymore. We're on to the next thing. It's very like news-based. It's very hype-based. And it's really all about the narrative. And you have to be able to identify not only if a coin is viral enough to go like big, but are people going to create different coins of it? Are there different ways to name the coin? Are there going to be spin-offs like the cult, which is the amount of Twitter tweets, which still went up a lot, maybe not as high as Luigi, but when you see people start making coins like this, if this coin is already going up a little bit, then you know you should enter to Luigi, even if it's at a high entry, because it's going to go up a lot higher if other people are already investing in his side coins. So that's like the short-term metas, and that's how narratives fuel short-term metas. Now let's talk about long-term metas. Right now, we've seen a huge long-term meta in AI. So what you have is a lot of people who figured out how to develop AI agents. It's like what's in right now. It's been in for the past 2 months now. And you have a bunch of coins. You have one called like Truth Terminal, which is an AI agent. And it's a Twitter account that can post tweets and actually invest in other coins. So Truth Terminal might invest in like Luigi, for example, using the money that was poured in from us into Truth Terminal. And he'll post about it and say, this is a good coin or this is shitty, get out of it or whatever. And then he'll also just 24/7 post different tweets. And it's just funny. It's unique. It was one of the first things in the space that kind of like shaked up the AI. And so that's why Truth Terminal went up so much. You also had a coin that went up really high and is still up today called ARK. Same thing with Truth. These coins are still performing really high. They're in multi-million-dollar market caps. And ARK allowed you to actually create AI agents like Truth Terminal using like the coin and the tech So as you can see, on a longer term meta, you have some fundamental value behind the coin. It's still speculative, but rather than something that's betting on the virality and the narrative of the coin, you're betting on the like fundamental tech behind the coin. And that's mainly the whole AI meta right now. Now, if you're watching this video 3 months after it was done, maybe there's a new meta. I don't know. But the idea is that you have to learn how to identify longer term metas that are going to last, and then how to identify short-term metas, because short-term metas happen every day, and the long-term meta, which everyone knows now is AI, you're going to see a bunch of coins spawn every single day that are related to AI. You'll see like, I don't know, Vault AI or like Water AI, whatever. You'll see a bunch of different AI related coins. And now you know that if these coins went up because their tech was good, you should only invest in coins that look promising relating to AI that have good tech. Something unique, something tangible, something that works, right? So you'll see so many coins pop up on our scanner that are going to look AI related. They might have a cool website, but you find out that the website's actually fake. It's just a link to an OpenAI API, and it doesn't have any special. So like that's kind of how you identify what AI coins to invest in, and then you look at short-term metas to identify what like meme coins to invest in. So immediately you can filter out coins that aren't going to do well by looking at the stats and having an understanding on what the stats mean. So let's start with right here on the right. You have the market cap, the volume, the bot users, and the amount of actual holders of the coin. Now, the first thing we're looking at market cap, and in this case, they're all starting out around 5K. Now, if you see here, for example, you have a coin that immediately started off really high at around 47. It probably started at like 20, but either way, you had a coin that was immediately launched and pushed up high. Then you see a coin with low volume. You see a lot of users and then very little bot users. This is immediately a coin that I would filter out because I see that, yeah, it has a really high market cap. It might look attractive, but there's no actual volume in the coin. 100 of these people, I don't know where they come from, and only 3 of the 100 people are on something like BullX. That means that immediately, like, it's probably botted, it's bundled, it's not a coin I want to look at, and I'm just off to the next. So that's like a quick filter. You want to buy coins that have a lot of volume, that have volume usually higher than the market cap, or a volume that's growing higher than the market cap. Again, we're going really early, but like this coin is also a sign that I wouldn't buy this coin. It automatically started at 30K. It has like almost no holders. It has a lot of volume. The dev holds a percentage, but so that's like the first thing I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at these 3: volume, people, market cap, and you can filter out coins based on that. The next token stats that we're looking at are gonna be right here, and so let's take a look at BullX, for example. And remember I told you I'm immediately not buying it. Here's why. This is a clearly botted bundled coin. So I'm looking at the amount that the top 10 holders have, the amount that the dev has, the amount that insiders have, and then the amount of snipers there are in the coin. So the first is top 10. It's the top 10 holders of the coin. How much percentage of control do they have of a coin? Well, the highest 10 people in this coin control 40% of this coin, which is really important and bad at a low market cap like 26K. Essentially, you can tell that like you don't want to be buying coins that are controlled by just 10 people, and that control should probably be under 20%, even under 15% when you're looking at really low cap coins. And then on the higher cap coins, as long as it's under like 35%, you're fine. The next thing you're looking at is dev holding, and that depends on what type of coin it is. So when you're looking at a meme coin and a short-term narrative, you want the dev to hold 0%. You don't want the dev to hold, and you want to buy when the dev sells. So what happens is that on like a meme coin, the dev will launch a coin like Luigi. It'll pump up to like maybe 20,000, and then the dev will sell. It'll pump down for a little, and then that's when you enter. You get a low entry on the dev's sell, and then it pumps back up, because on meme coins, you don't want the dev to have any control over the coin. Now, on a AI coin, it's the opposite. You don't want to have a coin that doesn't have any dev holding, because you want the dev to be linked to the coin. You want him to have stake in his project, because there's some sort of tech and seriousness behind it. And if you buy an AI coin and the dev doesn't have any control over it, then he has no reason to continue on the project because he has no stake in the coin. Or at least that's like the thesis behind it. Then you're looking at percentage held by insiders. If you see this little icon and anything over like 20%, even 10%, right when these launch, you're automatically just skipping, filtering it out, because that's insiders are like different wallets created by the developer, and that's showing that not only is it bundled, but it's bundled in like a bad way. And then finally, snipers. Snipers kind of depends, right? If it's a really hyped coin, it's okay that there are a lot of snipers, but most of the time, it's also a red flag to look at, because on a random coin, if the snipers are like all there, then it indicates that it might be bundled. So yeah, that's like pretty much the token stats that I'm immediately looking at when the coin launches. And again, keep in mind, you're making really quick analysis, right? Like you're looking at these coins, you're like, oh, this looks promising. What does the actual coin look like? And that gets into research. So we know that we're buying coins that have a good meta, a good narrative, and that have good statistics behind the token. So let's look at these new coins that are being created. They get created every couple seconds. You have to be very, very quick when looking at coins. And 1 out of, we'll say, 1,000 of these creations will actually go to anything around about to graduate. You have a very, very little amount that go from new creations to graduation. So let's look at like a random coin, for example, and just do like some basic research on it. And usually when you're doing research on these, you're going to be doing very, very quick research. So I'm looking at the stats of a token. All right, Borbamar virtual assistant, 0%. I'm not buying this because I know that it's related to AI as an assistant and the dev has 0%. So automatically it's a no. I'm looking at Autism Coin. What is this? I go to the link, Autism Coin Next. There's a Twitter. It's testing. I'm not buying that. There's nothing special about it. It's not really that funny. Whatever. Bunny, there are no Twitter links to it. I'm not buying it. Kekius Maximus. Well, Kekius Maximus is looking to be the meta of today, right? If I look, I see Kekius, Dogius, Baby Keg Max. So that might be a interesting coin. I go to the Twitter. It goes to Elon Musk. Elon Musk changed his name to Kekius Maximus. So it's the news. That's the short-term meta of the day. I'm looking at this coin. I'm going to it. I see that the dev still holds a certain amount of percentage, 3.5%. That's a bad sign. It's a meme coin. And there's no volume on it, right? I don't see any activity. People are buying in. Someone just bought in, one sold. It's not a terrible like coin at all. Like they've had coins that are runners when it's like whiff hat. If I go to like dog whiff hat, that 1 billion. So they kind of just mixed two. So you don't actually know if this type of coin is going to be doing well or not. You want to be looking at, has it already been created or not? Kek whiff. Yeah, like that. Kek whiff hat, Kek whiff hat, Kek whiff half. This isn't the original. If I like the concept and I think that this research that I did has a lot of potential, I'm going to go to the first one, which is this one. And this is going to be the first coin. And as you can see, it went up. The dev sold. Someone probably recently bought in from the 5K in case that people were doing the exact same I did. But in this case, I don't think that the meme has that much potential to grow. So I'm going on next. And you're going to get a feel for this the more you do it. Now, when you're just starting off, I recommend setting filters based on those stats. And so you can click here, click filters. I like to do dev holding a max 5%, $200 minimum in volume, and at least one bot user, which is like a real human on BullX. So I kind of filter out the noise. Now, you could still see a lot of coins are being created very, very quickly. But look at this, for example. Baby Kekius, it's already been done. It's not going to do anything. And the dev holds like next. I'm really doing quick research like this, deciding on whether to buy a coin or not. And like, again, I'm just doing this to kind of show you my thought process on when I'm looking at coins. I'm really looking at the next thing that pops up really, really quickly. What is it? Is there some like actual narrative that's going to push it behind? Is it unique? Why is this at 38K? I'm going to the website, do erase everything. It's a PDF. Enabling concept erasure in flow transformers. Okay. I go to the Twitter and it's Dodo. Okay. 5 hours ago. That's the cat's name in the AI research paper, but it has 35% holding, a lot of snipers, 50K market cap, 38K, but 50 people, so it's not terrible. And let's see, has it already been done before? Dodo, cat, it is not. So if I had found this a little earlier and I was actually scanning for it, it would have been a better buy. Now, it is bundled, keep in mind. It launched at 18K, which means that the dev has a lot of power to just dip it. And I think that because It's not a crazy research paper. The guy only has 600 followers and it's like an AI 16Z like crypto guy. It's not going to go up to a massive number. I wouldn't buy in this late. Like after a certain amount of the market getting slow, people are going to invest in like dumber coins, as you'll notice. So like over time, if nothing crazy happens, there's no crazy news, the market's volume is going to be directed towards more scammy coins like this, and you can actually see it. And that's where this next part comes in. You have to be joining a free or paid Discord like Soul Mafia, like Potion. I'll put links in the bio for a couple ones that I recommend. Soul Mafia is free. It's mine. It's a great place to be. But that is where you're going to be like spending most of your time, because you're going to be in a voice channel filled with a lot of other people doing the exact same thing as you are, doing research, looking at these new coins and calling out, hey, this looks interesting, take a look. And by the time that they say this looks interesting, take a look, they've already put in money into it, and they're trying to get you to put in money into it. And that's how every coin explodes, right? When it's narrative based, it's word of mouth. It starts from one person and goes to another, and that's literally the whole basis of this market. So that's why you have to be trading in like a voice channel filled with other people. You cannot be doing this alone. It's literally not possible. You won't make any money. You'll lose everything. But you're going to be, while looking at that BullX screen, on another screen, whether it's your phone, whether it's your laptop, whether it's a monitor, you're looking at like Twitter. So to make sure that new news drops, and whenever you see a new news article, you're looking out for it on the news, on the Neo screen. You're going to be looking at a Discord chat where people are putting in coins. You're going to be in the Discord voice channel, listening to what people are saying, calling out the coins that you find. And that's the whole idea of trading. Not only are you scanning, but now you're also doing it with other people so that you can have an understanding of what other people are buying. Ultimately, like to trade, you have to learn by doing, right? So you have to be in this community, in Soul Mafia, in any other Discords, to find out what other people are doing, get a hang of it, and then you're gonna be, like I said, burning a little bit of money at first. You're putting in your $500, your 2 Soul, and you're taking trades around 0.1 to 0.3 Soul, and you're literally throwing it away. But you're doing that to get the hang of it, getting the hang of how graphs move, how the markets go, what type of coins go up, what type of graph looks like something that's gonna go to 100 mil, and what is gonna go to 0. And then like you'll slowly identify that like a coin like this, for example, was immediately bought up and bundled. Look, it's huge buy, buy. There's no selling. There's nothing like crazy about it. So automatically like the graph is kind of unnatural. It's not something that has the potential to grow. And so again, this is something that you just learn by doing it, right? This coin, going back to it, look at how unnatural this graph is. Like, you don't know that that's unnatural until you've watched graphs and you realize the market doesn't move like that. If I showed you exactly how to trade like me, you would probably lose money because you can't replicate how I'm looking at coins as opposed to how someone else is looking at coins. And if you're getting in after me, then you would lose money. So again, you're using wallets as like confirmation bias to make sure you're doing the good decision. You're using Discord chat channels to like learn from other people, to push out your coins, and then to also learn what coins are like going on and what people are buying into, what real people are investing into, why. And that's really how you're going to learn to trade, is you're just like going balls deep into it and you're learning. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it here, that means you're part of the elites and we're going to make a shit ton of money together. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and join Soul Mafia. It's literally the best decision you can make, and you'll have one-on-one access to me and our community and grow with us. Also, download BullX Neo and set it up. I have a video that teaches you on how to do that, and it's also in the description below. It is literally the Bloomberg's terminal of Solana, and you pretty much need it to trade effectively. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.